Robin Hook with you from Himes Field, Robert J. Bob Stadium, Western Michigan, and our travels Central Michigan hooking up this weekend in a crucial three-game series for both of these teams, trying to lock down one of the top six spots and make it to the Mid-American Conference tournament. The Broncos are the defending MAC tournament champions, but right now they're out of a playoff spot, but only one game back of sixth place. Currently featuring Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan as they're tied, and Toledo 2 games ahead in the 5th spot. So 9 conference games left, 3 weekend series. The Broncos need to win this series here against Central Michigan and get closer to locking up one of those top 6 spots. This is the 195th meeting between Western Michigan and Central Michigan. The Chippewas have a slight edge in the series. 97 wins, 96 losses. There's been one tie. The Broncos took 2 out of 3 last year in Mount Pleasant from the Chippewas, and then went on to win the Mid-American Conference Tournament Championship and represented the MAC in the NCAA tournament. Here's your lineup for Central Michigan. Leading off, playing left field, Mikey Murphy. Batting second, the catcher, Aiden Wright. Batting third at second base, Aaron Piasecki. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Nathan Ball. Hitting fifth and playing third base, Cole Kwiatkowski. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Caden Smith. Batting seventh at right field, Cole Prout. Batting eighth, playing first base, Brady Kurzuk. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Zach Knowlton. They'll face Western Michigan right-hander Ty McKinstry. Ty with a 4.87 earned run average. His record is 2-7. He's a transfer from Davenport. Murphy steps in. We're ready to go, and the first pitch of the game is outside for a ball. Corey Hinga behind home plate today said so. We've got Luke Hamilton down at first and Pete Peterson down at third base. There's a foul ball home plate. It went off the Bronco catcher, Chris Akers, and Corey Hinga runs the ball out to McKinstry to give Akers a bit of healing up time. That one fouled right off the thigh, I believe. Corey pats him on the back, gets in there behind him again. And Murphy digs back in, right-handed hitter. Set the defense after this pitch from McKinstry, and it's popped up behind second base into the right field grass as Grady May reaches up and makes the catch. One down here in the Chippewa first inning. That'll bring up Aiden Wright. He's a junior from Griffith, Indiana. He's the catcher, hitting at .375 with a home run and 25 runs batted in. Defensively for the Broncos, Nevar's in left, Malley in center, Ostrander in right. Maloney at third base, Harity the shortstop, Grady May at second, and Avery Thielman at first. Chris Akers behind the plate. And here's the pitch from McKinstry. Backs away Aiden Wright. 1 ball, no strikes. Wright hitting .375, a home run, and 25 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter, slightly open at the plate, bat over the right shoulder, and the pitch is swung on and laced into center field for a base hit. Hit hard on the ground, into center out. That'll bring up Aaron Piasecki, the second baseman out of Muskegon. Played at Kellogg Community College. Now with the Chippewas, .318 average, 2 home runs, 28 runs batted in for Piasecki. Left-handed hitter against the righty McKinstry. Pitches high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Ty McKinstry, by the way, no relation to current Tigers super utility man Zach McKinstry and a former Chippewa. Not related to Ty. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Ball and a strike now on Aiden Wright. Piasecki, I should say. Wright's down at first base. Set by Ty, the pitch. And Piasecki squared the bunt, and Akers got smoked again. This time, I think, on the hand on that bunt attempt that was fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Piasecki. Murphy led off, popped up to me at second base. Aiden Wright singled up the middle. And Piasecki now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count on him. Long look to first, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back and out of play. Well, we were here on Tuesday. The Broncos defeated Valparaiso 6-5, and a blustery wind that day. It's blowing out as it normally does to right center field, but not nearly as strong as it was howling on Tuesday this week. 1-2 pitch coming up from Ty, who works from the first base side of the rubber. Long look over there at first base, and the pitch is in the dirt. Akers finds it under his feet, throws down to second, and they get the runner trying to advance. Chris lost sight of that ball. It was right at his feet when he located it. He sees Wright breaking for second and guns him out. 2 down, nobody on, and a 2-2 count on the batter, Aaron Piasecki. Windup and the pitch from Ty. Chopped down to first. Big hop for Thielman. Steps on the bag to retire the side. Chippewas get a hit, but the Broncos will bat after setting them down. Broncos wearing their brown tops today with the pinstripe white pants. Central Michigan in the road gray with a maroon and gold trim. Let's check the Western Michigan lineup for you. Leading off, playing center field, Tanner Malley. Batting second, the third baseman, Mike Maloney. Hitting third in left field, Dylan Nevar. Batting fourth at first base, Avery Thielman. In the fifth spot, DHing today, Lucas Rick. Batting sixth at second base, Grady Mee. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, Connor Ostrander. Batting eighth at shortstop, Brennan Harity. And batting ninth, the catcher, Chris Akers. And the Broncos will face a right-hander, Alejandro Espinoza. Has a 2-7 record with a 6.84 earned run average. Senior right-hander out of Lake Forest, California. This will be his 12th appearance, all in a starter's role. 52 2/3 innings, 77 hits, giving up 49 runs, 40 of those earned, 23 walks, 23 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .335 on Espinoza with a 6.84 earned run average and a 2-7 record for head coach Jake Sable. Second season coaching at his alma mater, former Chippewa pitcher back in 2007 through 11. Now the head coach of Central Michigan baseball. Tanner Malley will lead it off for the Broncos. Tanner hitting at .344, no home runs, 13 runs batted in. Top 10 in the MAC in batting average. There's a pitch that's high and away. 1 ball, no strikes to Tanner. Sophomore out of Lisle, Illinois. Been in that leadoff role most of the year. Pitch is over but low. 2-0 the count. .2-0 pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Tanner really crowds the plate, and that was right under the hands. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Bronco leadoff man. Bottom of the first, no score. Partly cloudy skies here in Kalamazoo today. There's a line drive into the gap in left center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Malley rounding first, heads to second base, and he's in with a slide. Leadoff double for Tanner Malley. his 9th double of the season. So a good start for Western Michigan. They've got a runner at second and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Here comes Mike Maloney. Mike's a senior out of Makina, Illinois, hitting at .261. No home runs, 18 runs batted in. Played shortstop most of last year. Now logging most of his time at third base with Brendan Harity handling the shortstop duties. Pitches up high, 2-0 to Maloney. Play him pretty much straight away in the outfield. Tanner Malley getting his lead. Espinoza from the set, and a foul on that 2-0 pitch goes over the berm and into the trees down the right field line. A lot of baseball here this weekend. These two teams hooking up today, tomorrow, and Sunday. There's a pitch in there for a strike in the outside corner. Mike didn't think so, but Corey Hinga went up with the right hand. Count evens now at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mike Maloney with a runner at second and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Kicking the pitch, swinging a chopper to short. Glove there by the shortstop, Caden Smith. He throws out Maloney, and he's able to hold the runner, Malley, at second base. That was a high bounce off the grass, and Smith made a nice play, looked the runner back to second, and then got Maloney. That'll bring up Dylan Nevar. Nevar had 3 RBIs in that 6-5 win over Valpo on Tuesday, including a home run and the game-winning run with a sac fly. Takes the first pitch from the right-hander, Espinoza, for a strike. 1 strike the count on Nevar. From Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Senior left fielder, hitting at .265, 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Takes that one over but low. 1-1 on Dylan. Western Michigan's all-time leader in total bases, all-time leader in RBIs, and just 3 shy of Cade Sullivan's career home run mark. Dylan's been heating up. He's getting hot at just the right time. See if he can carry it through and get the Broncos into that MAC tournament so they can defend their 2024 title. There's a ball that bounces up there. A 58-footer from Espinoza and blocked nicely by the catcher, Aiden Wright, to hold Malley down there at second base. It's 3-1 now on Dylan, who swings that teal-colored bat. The 3-1 pitch, swung on and chopped to second base. Scooped up there by Piasecki, throws out Nevar. Malley advances to third, but now there are 2 outs. Here's Avery Thielman. Thielman, junior from Kalamazoo. First baseman, hitting at .283, 2 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Got 7 doubles. Been a backup since becoming a Bronco. Finally getting his opportunity after Cade Sullivan had that spot locked up down there at first base. Takes the first pitch in there for a backdoor slider. Strike 1 on Avery Thielman. Kicking the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play, and quickly Espinoza's ahead of Thielman. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at third base and 2 out. Malley led off the inning with a double into the gap in left center field. Thielman trying to drive him in with 2 outs. Swing and just stays alive. Got a piece of that one. Pitch was down in the strike zone, but Avery got the end of the bat on it. Count stays 0-2. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the Broncos strand a man at third base. We go to the second inning. No score. It's Western Michigan and Central Michigan on YouTube Live. Four, five, six hitters due up for Central Michigan here in the top of the second inning. Scoreless between these rivals, meeting for the 195th time. First pitch is outside ball. 1 ball, no strikes. He's a sophomore from Bay City, transfer from Eastern Michigan. Doing the DHing, and he's way out in front of a changeup. 1-1 to count now on Nathan Ball, who stands in hitting .287 with a couple of home runs and 26 runs batted in. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another changeup. Out in front, 1-2. Cole Kwiatkowski and Caden Smith to follow. Nathan Ball. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Akers. And Ball is down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for McKinstry, and that'll bring up Cole Kwiatkowski. He's a grad student from Sylvania, Ohio. .328 batting average. He's got a home run and 4 runs batted in. First pitch is in there for a strike call. Outside corner. Swings at the next offering, pops it up down the right field line. Grady Mee's got a bead on it. He's calling for it and reaches up and makes the catch about 10 feet from the right field foul line. 2 quick outs here in the Chippewa second inning, and that'll bring up Caden Smith. Smith's a freshman from Lake Isabella, Michigan. Beale City High School. Got an outstanding baseball program at Beale City. Kicking the pitch. Inside. 1 ball, no strikes. .277 average. 4 home runs for the freshman with 22 runs batted in. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Strike on the outside corner. 1-1 on Caden Smith. Kicking the pitch. That's up high. 2-1. 2-1 is up high. 3-1 to count now. Three one on the way from Ty is in the dirt. Ball 4. Second base runner for the Chippewas as Caden Smith draws a walk. Aiden Wright got a base hit in the first inning, but he was thrown out trying to steal on a ball that got away from Akers. He quickly recovered and threw him out. Cole Prop now bats. He's a junior from Standish, Michigan, the right fielder. Leads the team in home runs with 8, hitting .276. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a line drive base hit into right field. Hit it sharply. That's going to put runners at first and third. It's bobbled in the outfield now by Ostrander. They're waving the runner in. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Sliding in safely is Caden Smith. And the ball got away from Akers. And down to third goes Proud. And the Chippewas take the lead. That'll be a single and an error on Connor Ostrander. In fact, it'll be 2 errors on the relay. Fieldman's throw to the plate got away from Akers. So 2 errors on that play produces a run. They've got a runner at third and 2 out. Brady Kazuk will bat. He's a junior from Clarkston, Michigan, playing first base. Set by McKinstry. The kick and the pitch. In there for a strike. Slider caught the outside corner. .254 average for Brady. A home run, 7 runs batted in. Chance to deliver another run here. 1-0 Chippewas, top of the second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and bounced to short. Scooped up by Harity behind the bag at second, and he throws him out to retire the side. The Chippewas get a run on a couple of errors by Western Michigan that leads to that run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Broncos will try and get it back and more when we return. For the bottom of the second inning, it's Central Michigan 1, Western Michigan nothing. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Lucas Rick, Grady Me, and Connor Ostrander do up for Western Michigan here in the bottom of the second. Central Michigan on top by a score of 1-0 with an unearned run off Ty McKinstry. Rick's a junior from Rockford, Michigan, the DH, hitting .269, 6 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Kicking the pitch from Espinoza. Over but low, 2-0 on Lucas. He's in that outstanding supply chain management program here at Western Michigan. Transfer from Rock Valley. Hits a chopper down to third and off the glove of the third baseman, Cole Kwiatkowski. And down to first goes Lucas Rick. That's probably going to be a hit. That thing was smoked. And we'll see. It went off the glove of the third baseman, Cole Kwiatkowski. And it is indeed a base hit for Lucas Rick. Grady Mee will bat with a leadoff man on at first base here in the second inning. Grady swings and flies one deep into straightaway center field. Zach Knowlton runs back and makes the catch over the shoulder. Rick has to hold it first. Grady Mee hit it sharply on the first pitch he saw from Espinoza, but right at the center fielder, Zach Knowlton. So a runner at first, one down for Connor Ostrander. Connor's a junior, Granger, Indiana hometown. .252 average, no home runs, 17 runs batted in. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it over by the Bronco bullpen. One strike on Connor. Hey, Espinoza doesn't waste any time. He too works from the first base side of the rubber. The pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2 on Connor Ostrander. Harity on deck for the Broncos. Trying to get that run back, trailing 1-0. There's a toss to first, and Rick gets back with a head first slide. He is not going to steal. Got a pretty good lead, though. The pitch, swing, and a little looper into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Connor Ostrander got jammed, but he muscled it into left field, going the opposite way. Broncos have him at first and second, and one out for Brendan Harity. The senior shortstop from Brighton, Michigan, hitting .229, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. For Harity, switch hitter batting lefty against the righty Espinoza. The pitch is outside, 1-0. Set by Espinoza. The pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Played all 58 games last year for the Broncos. Academic all-conference. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is inside, 2-1. Two and 1 to count on Brendan. Swing and a miss. Pitch might have been out of the strike zone. Came up empty. It's 2-2. Brendan's already graduated. Sport management major, graduated last week. Swing and a chopper foul over by the Chippewa dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes. Set by Espinoza. 2 runners aboard. The pitch. Swing and a bouncer to first. They'll go to second for 1. There'll be no relay. They get the force out at second base on Ostrander. Rick advances to third. Harity is safe at first. Runners at the corners and 2 down now for Chris Akers, the number 9 hitter. Transfer from Towson. Senior out of Elmwood Park, Illinois. Chance to tie this game up with a base hit. The pitch is in the dirt. That's going to get away from the catcher. He does a nice job blocking it, and Espinoza does an excellent job covering the plate, and Rick not able to advance from third, but down to second goes Harity. So the Broncos have him at second and third. That was well done by Aiden Wright behind the plate. He blocked the ball and then chased it down the first base line into foul territory while his pitcher covered home plate, and Rick was not able to advance. There's a pitch up high. 2-0 now on Akers. They play Chris to pull. Here's the pitch to him, and it's sliced the other way onto the berm down the right field line, out of play. 2 balls and a strike on Akers. A base hit here would give the Broncos the lead. They've got good speed down there at second base in Brendan Harity. He's got a big lead. Here's the kick and the pitch. Up high, 3-1. Tanner Malley on deck in the top of the order if Akers can get aboard here. Swings and lifts one into deep left center field. The center fielder Knowlton is under it at the warning track in deep left center, and he hauls it in. Akers gave it a ride, but it stays in the park, and the Broncos strand 2. We go to the third. It's Central Michigan 1, Western Michigan nothing. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Zach Knowlton leads it off for Central Michigan here in the top of the third inning. Knowlton hitting in the 9 hole. He's a Kansas native, playing center field. .273 average, 1 home run, 16 runs batted in. Hits one up the middle, backhanded by me at second base. Over to Thielman at first, and Knowlton is retired. One down here in the Chippewa third inning. Back to the top of the order. Mikey Murphy from Manuka, Illinois, playing left field. He popped up to Grady Mead to open the game. Hitting .298, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. He takes the first pitch from McKinstry outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kicking the pitch. In there for a strike with a slider. One ball, 1 strike to Murphy. He'll be followed by Aiden Wright here in the third inning. There's one in the dirt, blocked by Akers. Count 2-2 now on Murphy. swung on and missed. Pitch that was high and away, and he came up empty on it. Another strikeout for Ty, his second of the game. That'll bring up Aiden Wright with 2 outs and nobody on. Griffith, Indiana native. Handling the catching duties. Takes a strike at the belt. 1 strike on Wright. Same 2 teams again tomorrow. 1 o'clock first pitch. And then again on Sunday. This is a key series between these 2 teams. Here's a line drive hit directly at Tanner Malley. Comes in 2 steps, reaches up and makes the catch to retire the side. Broncos bat in the bottom of the 3rd. They trail the Chippewas 1-0, Central Michigan. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Bottom of the 3rd for the Broncos. It'll be the top of the order. Malley, Maloney, and Nevar for Western Michigan against Espinoza. Malley doubled back in the 1st inning, but was left stranded at 3rd base. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike at the knees to the product of Naperville North High School. The Chicagoland area, 1 strike on Tanner. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 1-1. Plans a major in business. Now a sophomore, getting ready to tackle the business school. There's a bouncer up the middle, 2 hops to the second baseman. And Piasecki throws him out. Piasecki had to venture to his right, scooped that up and got the speedy Malley by a step at first base. That'll bring up Maloney with the 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Broncos trailing 1-0. Mike bounced out to short in the 1st inning. Set by Espinoza, the pitch. Strike, fastball. At the knees on the outside corner, 1 strike on Maloney. Kicking the pitch just outside. 1-1 on Mike. That pitch goes all the way back to the screen, bounced in front of the catcher, Aiden Wright, and all the way back. 2 balls and 1 strike on Maloney. Transfer from Lincoln Way went to Lincoln Way Central High School, transferred from junior college to Western Michigan. And he bounces one up the middle. Another backhand stab by the second baseman, Piasecki, but he can't make a play as he bobbled it near the bag, and Maloney is safe at first. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Aaron Piasecki. Broncos have a runner at first for Dylan Nevar. All-time leader in RBIs and total bases at Western Michigan, and 3 away from the home run mark, held by his former teammate Cade Sullivan. There's the pitch, swung on and driven down into the gap, down into the corner in right field, down rattling around at the 335 mark. Nevar cruises into second. They're waving in Mike Maloney, and Nevar heads to third. He's in with a triple, and Maloney in to score on a 3-base knock from Dylan Nevar. Broncos have tied it up as Maloney comes all the way around from first, and Nevar hustles into third base. I think they've changed that error on the second baseman to a base hit for Western Michigan. So that'll be an earned run off Espinoza, and here is Thielman with a runner at third. A run in, and only one down here in the Broncos' third inning. Thielman, right-handed hitter, slightly open at the plate, swings and foul, tips this one off the foot, I believe, of the catcher. Aiden Wright came hopping out of there. Ball and a strike on Thielman. Nevar 90 feet away. The go-ahead run for Western Michigan after tripling down in the corner. That ball rattled around at the 335 mark. Here's a chopper that got by the third baseman and through the shortstop, and Nevar comes in to score. That got under Cole Kwiatkowski, and then Caden Smith bobbled it after it got by the third baseman. And down to first goes Avery Thielman, and in to score comes Nevar. The Broncos have taken the lead. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Cole Kwiatkowski. Once it got by Kwiatkowski, Nevar was holding. He was not going to go, and then it got by the shortstop, and Nevar hustled in to home plate. Here's Rick, the runner at first. 2 runs in. Still only 1 out here at the bottom of the third. Kicking the pitch. Lucas holds up and takes it for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's fouled down there by the end of the Bronco dugout. A ball and a strike. Under previous leadership, Chippewa baseball was a little chirpy, but not the case here today with head coach Jake Sable, who's apparently put a stop to that nonsense that the Chippewas used to do under previous coaching staff. 2 balls and 1 strike. The kick and the pitch in there for a strike at the bell. Cheer for your team. Cheer for your teammates. Leave the chance to softball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The throw to first is not in time. Back with a dive is Avery Thielman. The set, the kick and the pitch. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. Two and two the count to Lucas with a runner at first. 2 runs in here. Broncos have taken the lead in this inning. Pitch up high, and it's full now on Lucas Rick. This one hit the bat and fouled it off. I think it was going to be a ball, and he somehow hit the bat. Counts full 3 and 2. Runner at first. And the 3-2 pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Lucas Rick smoked that one right up the middle. Low line drive into center field. And Thielman down to second base. Rick on with his second hit of the game, and that'll bring up Grady Mee. Thielman on at second base, Rick the runner at first, and Grady, the batter, takes the pitch outside. He flew out to center field in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch is low. 2-0. Switch hitting Grady Mee, batting lefty against Espinoza, the right-handed pitcher. And ball 3 way outside. Connor Ostrander is in the on-deck circle for Western Michigan. I'd like to atone for his misplay out there in right that led to the Chippewas' only run here. Kicking the pitch. Ball 4 outside. Grady draws a walk on 4 straight bad ones. That'll load him up for Connor Ostrander. Connor singled in the second inning. Going to get a conference at the mound. Nobody's throwing yet. I'll remind you that the Broncos are right back here on Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday, 1 o'clock. Including this one, 9 conference games left. They're a game back of Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan for the 6th and final MAC tournament spot. 6 teams this year to the MAC tournament. Last year it was 4, and it didn't matter because the Broncos were not losing to whoever they sent over to Avon. They just steamrolled that tournament a year ago. Conference is over. Broncos have them loaded. Thielman at third. Rick on at second. Mee, the runner, at first. And Ostrander will bat. Takes the first pitch in there for his strike. Change up. In there for his strike. Ostrander hitting .306 with runners in scoring position and .667 with the bases loaded. Takes one outside. Ball and a strike to Connor Ostrander. There's a pitch high, 2-1. Kicking the pitch. That ball's away, 3-1. Another Bronco in the supply chain management program. Ball 4. Bases loaded, walk to Connor Ostrander. He'll pick up an RBI, and to score comes Thielman. And the batter will be Brendan Harity. It's now 3-1 Western Michigan. Still only one out. Kicking the pitch. Strike of the knees. One strike on Harity. Oh, 1 on the way. Outside. The ball and a strike. California native Alejandro Espinoza having some command issues here in the 3rd inning. Kicking the pitch. There's a line drive base hit into center field. That'll score 1. Rickson to score. Rounding 3rd, heading home is Grady Mee. He'll score standing. It's a 2-run single for Brendan Harity, and the Broncos lead it now 5-1. Ostrander down at second base. Harity the runner at first. Still only one out, and the batter is Chris Akers. And out comes head coach Jake Sable this time to more than likely go to his bullpen, as Espinoza has run out of gas here. Right-hander coming on for Central Michigan. We'll tell you about the pitching change when we come back in a moment. Broncos have plated 5 here in the 3rd and lead it 5-1. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. New pitcher for Central Michigan is Nate Ross. Junior right-hander out of Jenison, Kellogg Community College product. This will be his 19th appearance, all in relief. 28 2/3 innings, giving up 35 hits, 24 runs, 17 of those earned. 10 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .302. Swinging a foul back to the screen by Akers. 1 strike on Chris. 5.34 earned run average for Nate Ross. His record is 2-1. Out of the bullpen for the Chippewas here this season. 1 strike to count on Akers. 5 runs in for the Broncos. Still 2 men on and only 1 out. The pitch. Outside, 1-1 on Chris. Elmwood Park, Illinois, his hometown. Dad Chase was a wrestler at Indiana. So some toughness. Catching and wrestling, kind of the same thing, right? Takes quite a degree of toughness for both of those, wrestling and catching. Here's a 2-1 outside. 3-1. Big inning here for the Broncos. 7 hits, 5 runs for the Broncos. There's a strike right down the middle. If he was going to swing, that would be the one to do it on, but he didn't. Takes it for a strike. It's 3-2. Ross to the belt, the pitch. Swing and a chopper to second base. Bobbled by the second baseman over to first, and not in time. The throw pulled the first baseman off the bag, and Akers is safe. Everybody moves up. Still only 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Another error on the Chippewas as second baseman Aaron Piasecki had trouble with that chopper in the infield. That'll bring up Tanner Malley, top of the order. Kicking the pitch outside. One ball, no strikes on Malley. There's one in the dirt. It's blocked by Aiden Wright. Holds the runner Ostrander down there at third base. Ostrander's at third. Harity, the runner, at second. Chris Akers down at first base. 5 runs in for the Broncos here in the third. Still only 1 out. Kicking the pitch. Swung on and lifted into right field. That'll be deep enough for to score a run, but it goes off the fence instead. That's going to score more than 1. In to score comes Ostrander. Racing home is Harity. Down to third goes Akers, and in with a stand-up double is Tanner Malley, his second double of the game. That one got up in the breeze, and it looked like it might be enough for a sac fly, but right fielder Cole Prout got to the fence and couldn't haul it in. It hit off the top of the wall, and the Broncos played 2 more. It's now 7-1. Second double of the game for Tanner Malley. Here's Maloney with runners at second and third. Still only 1 out, and the pitch is in for a strike. 1 strike on Maloney. Ross to the belt, the pitch over but low. 1-1. Maloney's 0 for 2. He was safe on an error in the third and scored a run. Grounded out to short in the first. There's a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Aiden Wright. He's just back there earning his scholarship today. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kicking the pitch, swung on and fouled out of play. Over the berm and into the woods. Got some folks showing up here on a Friday afternoon. Two and two now. Another foul back and out of play. Over the berm and into the woods. Broncos have 7 runs on 8 hits. Chippewas 1 run on 2 hits. Each team with a couple of errors. Another foul back and out of play by Maloney. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Was sat by the reliever. Ross, this one's lifted into right field. That'll be deep enough to get the run in from third. Sacrifice fly for Maloney as Akers comes in to score. It's now 8-1 Western Michigan. Tanner Malley advances to third. bring up Dylan Nevar with a runner at third and 2 down. Nevar grounded out to second in the first, then earlier this inning tripled in a run and scored. The pitch. Inside corner at the belt, 1 strike on Nevar. He pulled one down the right field line into the corner at the 335 mark where it rattled around a little bit and allowed him to get to third base. The pitch to him is swung on and lifted deep down the right field line, but foul onto the berm. Kind of hit that one off the end of the bat. So Ross now ahead of Nevar. No balls and 2 strikes. Dylan regroups, adjusts the paraphernalia, and now digs in for the 0-2 pitch from Nate Ross. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dylan has the ankle guard on that front right ankle. Got the elbow guard on there. Now a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop calling for it. That's Caden Smith. And he reaches up and makes the catch on the dirt to retire the side. But Western Michigan scores 8 times and opens up an 8-1 lead after 3 innings of play. Chippewas bat in the 4th. It's Western Michigan 8, Central Michigan 1. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Three, 4, 5 hitters due up for Central Michigan here in the 4th inning. They trail the Broncos 8-1. Aaron Piasecki, second baseman, will lead it off. Left-handed hitter against the righty Ty McKinstry, and he takes the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Piasecki grounded out to Thielman at first unassisted in the 1st inning. There's a fastball, stays away. 2-0 the count. Played at Kellogg last year. Muskegon product. Aaron Piasecki playing second base. There's a pitch in there for a strike. 2-1. Here Corey Hinga on the crowd mic. 2-1 pitch on the way. Off the corner outside. 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way is popped up on the infield. Grady Mee in the outfield grass up to make the catch. Piasecki out on the pop-up to the second baseman, Grady Mee. 1 down here in the Chippewa 4th. We'll bring up Nathan Ball, the DH, Bay City product, Eastern Michigan transfer. Left-handed hitter. 285 average. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Cole Kwiatkowski on deck for the Chippewas. There's a shot that is foul. That was right down the right field line, but foul, and he hit it sharply, but would have been a home run if it stayed fair. He got all of that one. Just a long strike, though. Next pitch is high and away off the tip of the glove of Akers. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Nathan Ball. Got a couple of home runs this season. Swing and a miss on that one. He is down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Ty McKinstry. 2 down here in the Chippewa 4th. That'll bring up Cole Kwiatkowski.
Now back to Chippewas, number 7, Cole Kwiatkowski.
Second on the team in batting average. Kwiatkowski at .328 coming into play today. Now at .322. After an 0 for 1 day so far. Squares the bunt, fouls this back, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Alejandro Espinoza, the starter for Central Michigan, got roughed up by the Broncos and gave up a crooked number. Ball got out of the Chippewa bullpen down there. Nate Ross came in out of the bullpen and finally got out of the inning, but not until the Broncos played at 8. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Swung on and driven foul down the left field line. Count stays 0-2 to Kwiatkowski. Narrow stance at the plate. Bat high over the right shoulder. And he takes one in there for called strike 3. Under the hands on the inside corner. 4th strikeout for Ty McKinstry. Sets the Chippewas down in order in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Western Michigan 8, Central Michigan 1. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. New pitcher for Central Michigan, Jack Otis, junior right-hander, 6'1", 215 from Manuka, Illinois. Joliet Junior College. He's the third Chippewa pitcher here today. 8-1 Broncos. Thielman, Rick, and Grady Mee due up for Western Michigan. Avery struck out in the first, singled in a run, and scored in the Broncos' 8-run third inning. Wind up in the pitch is inside. 2-0 the count on Thielman. Otis making his 10th appearance, all in relief for Central Michigan. 2-0 pitch out of the windup is inside. 3-0. 9 innings of work in 9 appearances so far for Jack Otis. 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 133 on Otis, who has a 2.00 earned run average. No win-loss mark yet. 3-0 pitch is in for a called strike. It's now 3-1 on Avery Thielman. The windup in the pitch, high, ball 4. Thielman draws a leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. Comes the big man, Lucas Rick. 2 for 2 today. Singled in the second. Singleton scored in the 8-run third inning. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Rick. Tanner Malley has a couple of doubles for the Broncos. Nevar with a triple and an RBI. Pitches inside, 2-0 to Lucas. Grady Mee on deck for the Broncos. Two-0 pitch. On the way. In the dirt. Bounced it up there. 3-0 on Lucas. He goes with that powder blue bat with the black trim. The 6'2", 245-pound product of Rockford, Michigan, awaits the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Three balls, 1 strike. Thielman the runner at first. Nobody down here in the Bronco 4th inning. There's a strike taken all the way. Count full 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up to Lucas Rick. Swung on and lifted high in the air down the left field line. It's in fair territory, and gathering it in is Murphy in left field. That was a man-sized pop fly to left from Rick. Thielman back to first base. 1 out. Grady Mee will bat. Whitmer High School product out of Toledo. Lines one down the line, just foul. That thing was curving and landed about a foot foul down the right field line. Grady's been pretty much a starter all 3 seasons here at Western Michigan. Another supply chain management guy. Popular major amongst the baseball guys. There's a pitch outside, 1-1. Thielman on at first. One down here in the Bronco fourth inning. They lead it 8-1. Pitch outside. 2-1 on Grady. Switch hitter batting left-handed against the right-handed reliever, Jack Otis, the third Central Michigan pitcher today. Grady fouls that one back to the screen. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Same two teams back out here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll have it for you right here on YouTube Live. 2-2 pitch coming up. Swung on and popped up, foul over near third base. Kwiatkowski under it, makes the catch. Grady Mee fouls out to the third baseman for the second out. That'll bring up Connor Ostrander. Ostrander singled to left in the second inning. Walked with the bases loaded in the third, picked up an RBI, and later scored in that 8-run inning. Takes that one from Otis in there for a strike on a changeup. 1 strike on Connor Ostrander. Bumped up that average to just under 260 at 259 after base hit earlier today. There's a swing and a miss on another changeup, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Ostrander with Thielman down there at first base. Kicking the pitch. Swung on and lifted over the third baseman into left field for a base hit off the end of the bat, but he got enough on it to lift it into left field for a single. 2 opposite field singles for Connor Ostrander today. And a walk. He's been on base all 3 times. Thielman down to second base. Ostrander, the runner at first. Here's Brennan Harity. Harity had a 2-run double. His last at bat in that 8-run third inning. Kicking the pitch. Swings at the first offering. Lifts it high on the infield. Shortstop under it. Makes the catch. Caden Smith battled the elements and hauls it in to retire the side. Broncos strand a pair. We go to the 5th. Western Michigan 8, Central Michigan 1. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live. Keaton Smith, Cole Prout, and Brady Krzuk due up for Central Michigan. Smith, the freshman shortstop. Son of a Chippewa, Rick Smith. Played for Central Michigan back in the mid-90s. Drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 28th round. Pitcher, first baseman. Father of this kid, Caden Smith. Beale City High School. Fouls the first pitch back from McKinstry and takes the next one for a strike with a slide piece. 0-2 now on Caden Smith. Walked and scored the only run for the Chippewas in the second inning. Takes one outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch in the dirt from McKinstry. Two and two on Smith. The Chippewa shortstop takes that one high and away. 3-2 now. 4 home runs for this freshman shortstop. A good first year in Division I baseball. The payoff inside, ball 4, walked him. So a leadoff walk for the Chippewas. That'll bring up Cole Prout. Right fielder from Standish. Singled in the second inning. Left-handed hitter. Kicking the pitch. In there for a strike call. He was able to drive in Caden Smith. It was an error by the Bronco right fielder, Connor Ostrander, on the base hit by Cole Prout. Ostrander came in to field it, and it bounced over his glove and allowed Smith to score all the way from first base on that single to right by Cole Prout. 1-1 now to Prout. The pitch fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith, the runner at first, with a leadoff walk here in the 5th. It's a pitch in the dirt. Two balls and 2 strikes on the Standish product. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ty McKinstry went to the whip that time. Strikeout number 5. Brady Krzuk stands in there from Clarkston, Michigan, first baseman. .250 batting average. He grounded out to short in the second inning. Another left-handed hitter against the right-hander, Ty McKinstry. Fastball high, 1 ball, no strikes. McKinstry working deliberately as Smith bounces around down there at first base. Goes with the changeup, and Krzuk way out in front of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. McKinstry looking for his 3rd win of the season. Came into today 2-7 with a pretty decent ERA at 4.87 for college baseball. This hasn't got the victories to show for it. He tosses over to first, and Smith gets back. One and one count on the Chippewa first baseman. Another left-handed hitter against Ty McKinstry. The pitch outside, 2-1. Played a little ball at Macomb Community College after Clarkston High School. This one the opposite way into shallow left field. Nevar running under it, makes the catch. As Malley, Harady, and Nevar all converge there in shallow left field. Nevar called him off and ran it down, second out of the inning with a runner at first and 2 down. The batter will be Zach Knowlton, the number 9 hitter in the Chippewa lineup.
Chippewa's number 8, Zach Knowlton.
Set by Ty McKinstry, and the pitch is in for a strike. Slider caught the outside part of the plate. Knowlton played junior college ball at Highland Community College. Kansas native. The pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. Played football in high school as well as baseball. Accomplished football player. The pitch swung on and laced to right field for a base hit. One hop to Ostrander. That'll get Smith around to third base on a 2-out single by Zach Knowlton. Chippewas have him at the corners with 2 out. And back to the top of the order for Murphy, the Chippewa's left fielder. Let that ball travel, did Zach Knowlton, and he reached out and got the good part of the bat on it. Lined it into right for a single. 2-out threat here by the Chippewas. And McKinstry will throw over to first. Knowlton gets back. Murphy 0 for 2. Popped up to Grady Mee at second base in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third. Tied to the belt. Long look over to first. Now the pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes to Murphy. Chippewa leadoff hitter batting at .296. .382 hitter, though, with runners in scoring position. He's got one down there at third base. There's the 1-0. Swinging a foul, backing out of play. Good guy to have up there with 2 outs. He's a .400 hitter when batting with 2 outs. 1-1 the count on him. McKinstry kicks and pitches. Strike. Hard slider at the ladders. 1-2. That was unhittable pitch and in there for a strike. Murphy steps out for a moment. Now he digs back in. 1-2. The count on Murphy. The pitch. Runners going. Swing and a foul at the plate. Runner will have to head back. Knowlton back to first base. Smith the runner at third. Knowlton on at first. 2 outs. 1-2 count on the batter. Murphy, the left fielder. Ty trying to get out of this little jam here, and he throws one in the dirt. Throw goes down to second base, and the throw was high from Akers as Grady Mee climbed the ladder and saved a run from scoring there on that throw. Runner at third. Akers went ahead and threw the ball down there trying to end the inning, and Grady bailed him out by getting up high to bring that ball down and keep the runner at third base. 2-2 the count on Murphy. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Chippewas, who trail 8-1 here in the 5th inning. The set by McKinstry, the pitch, swing, and a foul at the plate. Murphy just got a piece of that one. Fouled it off the shin guard of Bronco catcher Chris Akers. Aiden Wright would bat next if Murphy can get aboard for the Chippewas. 2-2. The count with 2 out. The pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Two balls and 2 strikes on Murphy with 2 runners in scoring position for the Chippewas, trying to rally back from an 8-1 deficit here to the Broncos in Kalamazoo. The 2-2 swung on and driven down the right field line. That's a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs. Ostrander comes up with it. Got a 2-out, 2-run double by Mikey Murphy, and the Chippewas trail now 8-3. It was a good at-bat for Murphy. Hung in there, fouled some pitches off with 2 strikes, and then laced one down the line and right, going the opposite way. Let that ball get deep and smacked it into right. 4th hit of the day for the Chippewas, delivers 2 runs. 8-3 Western Michigan. 2 out in the 5th, and the batter is Aiden Wright. Chippewa catcher takes a fastball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Frankenmuth, Michigan, hometown of Ty McKinstry. Started his baseball career at Davenport before transferring to Western Michigan. He's got a big arm and won the Friday role as the starter on Fridays, indicating you're the number 1 guy. 1 ball, 1 strike on Aiden Wright. Got another runner in scoring position, trying to pick up another one, and that one is a changeup that caught the corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Wright didn't think so, but Corey Hinga went up with the right hand. Ty checks his pitch com on the left wrist and delivers. Fastball just off the edge, 2-2. Slightly open stance for Wright. Stands deep in the box, bat over the right shoulder. Awaits the 2-2. Here it is, inside. Almost nicked him. Count is full now, 3-2. No activity in the Bronco bullpen. I'm going to ride Ty for a while here with a 5-run lead. There's the set. And the payoff pitch coming up. Swing and a bouncer to short. Harity's got it with a dive over to first in time. Outstanding slide in the dirt by Harity to scoop it up. Got to his feet. Threw a strike across to Thielman to retire the side. Chippewas score 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Western Michigan 8, Central Michigan 3. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Jack Otis out for another inning of work for the Chippewas. The third pitcher of the day for Central Michigan coach Jake Sable. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Bronco order. Chris Akers, the Bronco catcher, and then back to the top with Tanner Malley and Mike Maloney. First pitch to Akers is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swung on and driven into the gap in left center field, but running it down is Zach Knowlton. Fine running catch in the gap in left center field by the center fielder, Zach Knowlton. Hung up just a bit too long. Chris hit that one on the button, but Knowlton runs it down. 1 out here in the Broncos half of the 5th, leading 8-3. Here's Tanner Malley. 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles. Doubled in the first, grounded out to second in the third. Doubled in 2 in the third inning. He batted twice, and this pitch plunks him in the back. And down to first goes Tanner Malley. One out runner for the Broncos.
Number 12, Maloney.
Maloney digs in now. Set by Otis, the pitch. Runner's going, and it's driven into right field for a base hit. Hit and run for the Broncos. Works to perfection. Into third comes Malley. Makes the big turn and holds at third on a hit and run single to right by Mike Maloney. Well executed by the Broncos as Tanner was off and running, looking into home plate to see where that ball would go, and Maloney went the opposite way into right field for a single. Broncos have him at first and third with 1 out for Dylan Nevar. Nevar 1 for 3 with a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. Kicking the pitch, swing and a miss. That RBI continuing to build on his career record for RBIs here at Western Michigan. Got another one down there at third base. 1 strike on him. The pitch, swing and a bouncer up the middle. Stepping on second, but throwing it away on the return to first is the shortstop, Caden Smith. That was a tailor-made double play, but Smith threw it away. Nevar's safe at first. Into score comes Tanner Malley. And the Broncos lead it now 9-3.
Now back to your Broncos. Number 31, Avery Thielman.
Nevar on at first. And the batter is Avery Thielman. Fielder's choice for Nevar. See if he gets credit for an RBI on that throwing error by the shortstop. With the runner at third on the fielder's choice. Nevar on at first with 2 down, a run in, 9-3 Broncos. There's a foul that is out of play onto the berm down the right field line by Thielman. Avery's 1 for 2 with a walk today and an RBI single in the Broncos' 8-run third inning. Nevar has his lead at first base. The 0-2 coming up to Avery Thielman with 2 out here in the 5th inning. There's a chopper foul down the third baseline. Count stays 0-2 on Thielman. Still nobody loosening in the Bronco bullpen. It's Ty McKinstry's game to go as far as he can. Quick toss over to first by Otis, and back with a dive is Nevar. Otis takes another look over there at Dillon. Krzyzuk holding him on. There's a check swing. Gets by the catcher, and down to second goes Nevar. He's in scoring position for Avery Thielman. As that inside pitch got away from Aiden Wright back to the screen, allowing Nevar to advance 90 feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He could score on a base hit here by Thielman. Broncos lead 9-3. They have 9 runs on 10 hits. Chippewas 3 runs on 4 hits. Otis checks Nevar at second. The pitch is high, 2-2 on Thielman. The 6'5" Kalamazoo Central product steps away for a moment now. Tightens things up, digs in, awaits the 2-2 pitch from Otis. Here it is. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Thielman hanging in there with 2 strikes on him. Circles the home plate area behind Corey Hingan. Pitch clock at 19. He digs back in, and Otis ready to work. Checks Nevar at second. The pitch in the dirt. Another fine job back there by Aiden Wright. It's been blocking a lot of balls here today. Three balls and 2 strikes now on Thielman. He's battled back from an 0-2 count. The pitch to him. Almost hit him. Ball 4, and down to first he'll go with a base on balls. His second walk of the game. He's been on base 3 times today, and here comes the big man, Lucas Rick. Two for 3 today for Lucas. Singled in the second. Singleton scored in the third. Flew out to left field on a sky-high fly ball in the fourth. Takes the first pitch for his strike. Two runners aboard here for Lucas with 2 out in the 5th inning. Broncos on top 9-3. Swing and another high fly ball to center field. Knowlton has a bead on it. Reaches up and makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the 6th. It's Western Michigan 9. Chippewas 3. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live.
One run, 1 hit. Left on base. Broncos 9. Chippewas 3.
Ty McKinstry going back out there for the 6th inning. He's thrown 79 pitches. And he's given up just 2 earned runs, walked a couple, 5 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard in the Mid-American Conference. One final to pass along. Akron has defeated last place Ohio 8-6 the final. Kent State playing in Muncie against the Ball State Cardinals. Bottom of the 4th there. Kent State leads at 10-5. Coming Coming up tonight, Bowling Green at Toledo, and Miami playing non-conference against Samford. The other game we're watching closely is Northern Illinois at Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan are holding down 6th place in the standings, 1 game ahead of the Broncos. And Eastern Michigan is trailing Northern Illinois 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th. So if the Broncos hold here and win, and Eastern Michigan loses at home to Northern Illinois, the Broncos would move into a 3-way tie with Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan after the first game of this weekend 3-game series around conference play. And there's a pitch inside that hits the Chippewa batter, Aaron Piasecki, and he'll hustle down to first base. A la Pete Rose, he ran it down there. That'll bring up the DH, Nathan Ball. The runner at first, nobody out here. Top of the 6th, Broncos lead it 9-3. Quick throw over to first, and runner gets back. Ty McKinstry, an excellent pickup by the Broncos, transferring from Davenport. Down 131 to Western Michigan. Huge addition to the starting staff. Although his win-loss record is not the best at 2-7. He's made 11 starts. This is his 12th start of the year. Kicking the pitch off the corner. Walked a couple a day, so that's on the season 31 walks, but he has 46 strikeouts. Pretty good ratio, walk to strikeout there. Another ball thrown low to Nathan Ball. 2 balls and no strikes on the left-handed hitter. Transfer from Eastern Michigan out of Bay City. The 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0. Chippewa dugout trying to urge on their teammate. Bronco bullpen now with some activity down there. Lefty throwing for the Broncos. 3-0 count on Ball with a runner at first. The pitch, strike call, fastball to letters. Pitch number 82 from Ty McKinstry. Trying to battle back here, 3-1. Checks his runner at first. The pitch swung on and fouled down into the Bronco bullpen. Count full now, 3-2. Keep an eye on Piasecki down there, first base on the 3-2. Not going, swung on and lined into left field right at Nevar. He's got it. 2 steps to his left and hauled it in. 1 out, runner at first, and the batter is Cole Kwiatkowski. Grad student, third baseman from Sylvania, Ohio. 0 for 2, popped up to me at second base and struck out looking in the 4th. Kinstry throws over to first again. The runner gets back. Got a lefty throwing in the Central Michigan bullpen. And a left-hander loosening up for Western Michigan. Here as we approach the latter innings at Himes Field. Another toss over to first. Right-handed hitter, Kwiatkowski. Slightly open at the plate. Swing and a miss. Got the changeup. darting away from the right-handed hitter. 1 strike on him. From the first base side of the rubber, McKinstry delivers another changeup outside. Ball and a strike now to Cole Kwiatkowski. Stands in there at .317 for his season average. .367 with runners on base. The pitch over his head. 2-1. Stands deep in the box, narrow stance, slightly open, bat over the right shoulder high. Swing and a foul. 2-2 now. Ty trying to battle back. Getting up there close to 90 pitches now. One out, runner at first. Trying to get a ground ball here. The pitch. Line shot instead. The third. Quick throw there by Maloney across the diamond. A good scoop by Avery Thielman as they tried to double up the runner at first. He got back though, and 2 down. That'll bring up Caden Smith. And an outstanding freshman campaign. Runner at first, 2 out here in the 6th. Broncos lead at 9-3, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes to Caden Smith, who's been on base twice via the walk. Walked in the 2nd, walked in the 5th, and scored both times. Scored 2 of the 3 Chippewa runs. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-1. Swung on and lifted foul over near the Chippewa dugout and out of play into the seats. 1-2 now. Ty trying to get Smith for the first time today. Stands right out over the plate. Weight back on that right leg. The 1-2. Almost hit him. He backed away. Turned away, as he should. If you get hit, you get hit. You get drilled in the back, you go down to first. Just missed him, though. 2-2. Swung on and hit sharply into the gap in left center field. Tanner Malley back there. The fence. He makes the catch on the warning track, crashes into the fence and holds on. Outstanding running catch deep in left center field by Tanner Malley to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Western Michigan 9, Central Michigan 3. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. See ya. New pitcher for Central Michigan, a lefty, Max Hammond comes on. Freshman from Reed City, Michigan, 6'1", 210. This will be his 17th appearance, all in relief. And the first pitch to Grady Mee, who flips around and bats right-handed against the lefty, is in for a strike called. 1 strike on Grady. Kicking the pitch. Grady squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes another strike, 0-2. 16 innings of work for Max Hammond, 19 hits, 15 runs, 14 of those earned, 14 walks, 9 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .297 on the lefty Max Hammond. Grady fouled that one back. No balls and 2 strikes as he fought that one off. The kick and the pitch, swing and a foul again. Just got a piece of it, fouled it off, stay alive. Grady looking for his first hit. He does have a walk, and he scored a run in that 8-run third inning. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a line drive into center field, but right at Knowlton, who makes the catch. Grady hit it hard, but directly at the center fielder, Zach Knowlton. 1 down here in the Bronco half of the 6th. They lead it 9-3. 8 of those 9 runs scoring in the 3rd inning. Here's Connor Ostrander. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Swing and a foul. Connor's been on base all day today. Singled in the 2nd. Walked in a run in the 3rd and scored in that 8-run inning. And singled in the 4th. Both hits going the opposite way. Here's the 0-1 to him. Swing and a miss on a high fastball that was out of the strike zone. No balls and 2 strikes. Now they put the shift on with the third baseman moving over. Smith is on the second base side of the bag, the shortstop, the third baseman playing at the normal shortstop spot. Connor could bunt down the third baseline and score easily, but instead he hits it right at the shortstop. And they retire Connor Ostrander. Actually, that was the third baseman who was over there. Kwiatkowski moved from third over to where the second baseman would normally play, as they put 3 infielders to the right of second base. 2 out as it worked, and here comes Harity. First pitch to Harity is inside, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out in the Broncos 6th. Harity squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes one outside, 2-0. On the way to Brendan, swing and a miss. Harity, sports management major. Graduated after the end of the semester. Takes a pitch outside, 3-1. Brighton Bulldog. And he slams this one through the hole at short and third for a single. Second hit of the day for Brendan Harity. Trying to finish out his career strong and get the Broncos to Avon for the MAC tournament to defend their 2024 MAC tournament championship. Here's Akers, the catcher, with 2 out, a runner at first. Broncos lead it 9-3. 9 runs on 11 hits for Western Michigan. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Chippewas. Pitch is in there for a strike of the knees. 1 strike on Akers. Max Hammond, the 4th pitcher for the Chippewas today. Kicking the pitch over but low. One ball, 1 strike on Akers. Harity with a big lead over there at first base, not going. Akers swings and fouls it back to the screen. And Max Hammond ahead of the hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kicking the pitch. Breaking ball stayed away. 2-2. And Corey Hinga calls time at the plate as a little bit of dust blew into the face of the catcher, Aiden Wright. Gets dialed back in and ready to go. 2-2 the count. Swinging another foul. Chris Akers hanging in there. Looking for his first hit today. Scored a run. He was safe on an error in the 3rd and scored. 2-2 after a double look to first by Hammond and a swing and a miss by Akers on a slow breaking ball to retire the side. We go to the 7th. It's Western Michigan 9, Central Michigan 3. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live. Ty McKinstry's day is done. He works 6 full innings, throws 97 pitches. Excellent outing for Ty McKinstry. 5 strikeouts, couple of walks, gave up 2 earned runs in those 6 innings of work. He gives way to Joe Shapiro, the senior left-hander from Glenview, Illinois. Takes over here in the 7th inning. Joe's been a mainstay out of the bullpen. This will be his 15th appearance, 27 1/3 innings 38 hits, 29 runs, all earned, 10 walks, 13 strikeouts. Joe has a 9.55 earned run average, a record of 1-1. Cole Prout will lead it off for the Chippewas here in the 7th. Broncos with a 6-run lead here in the 7th inning. We'll update that max scoreboard here in a minute as Joe's ready to work. Kicking the pitch is change up high, 1 ball, no strikes. On Cole Prout, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout today. Lefty against the lefty. The pitch inside, 2-0. Well, we'll go right to that Eastern Michigan Northern Illinois game, and they're in the bottom of the 7th. And Northern Illinois has expanded on their lead. It's now 10-6 Huskies, trying to help out the Broncos. There's a strike in the outside corner. 2-1. If this score holds and that Northern Illinois lead holds at Eastern Michigan, the Broncos would move into a tie for 6th with Central and Eastern. The pitch. Strike at the bell. Bowling Green is at Toledo later on tonight. Bronco fans, you want to be Bowling Green fans in that one. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Joe comes back from a 2-0 count and strikes out Cole Prout. That'll bring up Brady Kazuk, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a fly out to left field. Clarkston, Michigan first baseman. Another left-hander against the lefty, Joe Shapiro. The pitch. Swing and a chopper foul down the first baseline. 1 strike. Broncos went into today 2 games back of 5th place Toledo, 1 game back of 6th place Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. 1 strike to count. The pitch is swung on and lifted into right field. Ostrander drifts over to his right and makes the catch. 2 down here in the Chippewa 7th inning. Bring up the center fielder, Zach Knowlton. The Kansas native is 1 for 2 with a single and a run score. Been flagging him down in center field today. Good defensive center fielder. Takes one over but low. 1 ball, no strikes. Shapiro checks that pitch com on his glove hand. The pitch. Swing and a chopper to third. Smothered there by Maloney. Over to first in time to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Western Michigan 9, Chippewas 3. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Here we go, bottom of the 7th. It's 9-3 Western Michigan. Broncos back at the top of the order. Tanner Malley. Get that average up to 350 now after a couple of doubles. Doubled in the first, was stranded at third. Grounded out in the 3rd inning. Batted again in the 3rd, doubled in 2 runs. And then was hit by a pitch and scored. Here he almost beats out a ground ball to shortstop. They got him by a half a step as Caden Smith fires it across to just nip Tanner Malley for the first out in the 7th inning. That'll bring out Mike Maloney. Maloney singled in his last at bat, a beautiful executed hit and run. With Tanner Malley at first base, he slapped that first offering into right field behind the runner and advanced Tanner all the way to third base. Pitch is up high. 2-0 the count on Mike. Hitting at .263. 2-0 pitch is in there for his strike of the letters. 2-1. He grounded out to short in the first. Was safe on an error in the 3rd and scored. Got a sac fly. Run batted in the 3rd inning as he batted twice in that inning and then singled in the 5th. Broncos put 8 runs on the board in the 3rd inning. They lead by 6, 9-3. Pitch outside. Ball 4. Maloney's on base again with a walk. That'll bring up Dylan Nevar. He was credited with an RBI in the 5th inning on a fielder's choice play. He tripled in a run in the 3rd and scored. So 2 RBI day for the all-time leader in RBIs at Western Michigan. Backed him away with a first offering. 1 ball, no strikes. Hammond, the lefty, against the left-handed Dylan Nevar. Kicking the pitch. Strike. Fastball at the belt. 1-1 on Dylan. Maloney, the runner at first. 1 out. The pitch hit him in the back. Drilled him between the 1 and the 5, and Dylan will take off the armor and make his way down to first. Where's one for the team? 2 runners aboard, 1 out. Here's Thielman. The pitch to Avery is a strike at the belt on the outside corner. 1 strike on Avery Thielman. Struck out in the first, singled in a run and scored in the 3rd, walked in the 4th and again in the 5th. Got a base on balls. Here's a bouncer back up the middle off the pitcher. That'll be a base hit. In to score comes Maloney. Down to 3rd goes Nevar. And Avery Thielman with a single off the backside of the pitcher that caromed into shallow right field. Hit it sharply right back at the pitcher, Hammond, who turned took one off the back. It deflected all the way into shallow right field. They're going to come out and check on Max Hammond. Seems to be all right, but that ball was hit sharply by Thielman. Makes it 10-3 Western Michigan on an RBI single by Avery Thielman. New pitcher coming on for Central Michigan. They go to the bullpen and call on Jake Brown. 6'3", 210-pound sophomore from Rockford, Michigan. Let's check Jake Brown's numbers. This will be his 11th appearance, all in relief. 10 innings of work, 14 hits, giving up 9 runs, all earned, 11 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .359 on Jake Brown, who has a earned run average of 8.10. 1-0 his record so far. Out of the bullpen, this Rockford, Michigan right-hander, Jake Brown. Nevar is at third base. Thielman will be at first when play resumes. Batter is going to be Lucas Rick. So a couple of Rockford, Michigan natives going to do battle here. Thielman heads back down to first. Here comes Lucas. Brown is a sophomore. Lucas Rick is a redshirt junior, so they're a couple of years apart. Might have played together. They're at Rockford High School for a year maybe. Here's the kick and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Brown to the belt, the pitch. Inside, 2-0. Nevar, the runner at third. Avery Thielman on at first. It's 10-3 Broncos. Broncos have pounded out 12 hits today. The pitch over but low. 3-0 now on Rick. The count on Lucas. Kicking the pitch is a strike. Fastball. Right down the middle. Lucas taking all the way. 3-1. Couple of singles for Lucas today and a run scored. 2 for 4. The 3-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and driven into the gap in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 hop to the fence. Nevar will score. Thielman rounding third. They're going to hold him up. Lucas Rick in with a stand-up RBI double. It's 11-3 Western Michigan. That ball was crushed. Hit right on the track and bounced off the fence. Zach Knowlton has been running stuff down all day today for the Chippewas, but wasn't going to get that one. Going to get a pinch runner here for Lucas. Cooper Hums will come in and run for Rick. He'll call it a day with 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. Couple RBIs. Here's Grady Mee. Runners at second and third, still only one out. Broncos lead at 11-3. The pitch. In there for a strike. Broncos are up by 8. Grady comes up with a base hit, plates 2. This game would be over by the run rule. Kicking the pitch. Up high. $11 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for the Broncos. 3, 4, and 2 for Central Michigan. Brown to the belt. Swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Infield is in, trying to cut that run. Outfield is in as well. Something to the fence and this game's over. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch outside. 2-2 on Grady Mee, batting left-handed against the right-hander, Jake Brown. Brown, good size, 6'3", 210. Just a sophomore. The pitch is in the dirt. Count goes full now, 3-2 on Grady. Ostrander in the on-deck circle for Western Michigan. And the activity in the Chippewa bullpen here is some command issues with Jake Brown. Payoff pitch coming up to Grady. Ball 4 outside. Mee draws a walk. Second walk of the game for Grady Mee. He goes down to first. The bases are loaded now for Connor Ostrander. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander. The infield drops back now into double play depth with the bases loaded. First pitch to Ostrander is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Working from the set, Brown delivers. Inside ball 2. Connor batted earlier with the bases loaded, drew a walk, picked up an RBI. Got a couple of hits today in 3 at-bats plus a walk. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 2-1 on the Granger, Indiana right fielder for Western Michigan, Connor Ostrander. Two-one pitch. Outside, 3-1. Got to be in one spot, something juicy that Connor likes and can drive. Ball gets out of the bullpen and hustled down by one of the trainers in the dugout for Central Michigan. 3-1. Brown steps off. Now he's back out, working from the first base side of the slab. 3-1 pitch to Ostrander is high. Ball 4. Another bases loaded walk to Connor Ostrander. He'll take another RBI and walk down to first. Broncos lead it now 12-3. And we're going to get another pitching change. Jake Sable going to his bullpen again. Trying to keep this game going. 12-3, Western Michigan on top. Another lefty coming in for Central Michigan. Quinn Konashevsky on the pitch, the senior from Saginaw, transfer from Pittsburgh. 6'2", 205, senior. This will be his 11th appearance, all in relief. 4 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .368 on Quinn Konashevsky. We'll bring up Brendan Harity. Chippewas playing in on the grass and in the outfield, trying to cut that runner at third base. As Broncos with 1 run will end this game on a run rule. The lefty Konashevsky to the belt. The pitch, swing and a foul, back and out of play. 1 strike on Heritage. Just 1 out with the bases loaded. The set by Konashevsky. The pitch, swing and a miss. Changed up on Harity. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a chopper that is foul at the plate. Update that scoreboard now. 12-6 Northern Illinois on top of Eastern Michigan. They're in the bottom of the 8th. That score holds. Northern holds on to win, and the Broncos win this one here. It's a 3-way tie for 6th place in the MAC, the coveted final MAC tournament playoff spot. Oh, 0-2 to Harity. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Harity goes down on strikes. That'll leave it up to the number 9 hitter, Chris Akers, to try and end this game. Chippewa defense can go back to a normal alignment now with 2 out. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Chris Akers. Konashevsky with a bright red glove out there. Ahead of the hitter. 1 strike count. Swing and a chopper, foul down the third baseline. No balls and 2 strikes now on Akers. Cooper Humps down there at third base. Oh, 2 the count on Akers. There's a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove, and this game will continue as the Chippewas get out of a bases-loaded jam. And we'll go to the 8th. It's Western Michigan 12, Central Michigan 3. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live. Well, the Broncos had a couple of chances there in the 7th inning to end this game on the run rule. But Quinn Konashevsky, the senior from Saginaw, transfer from Pitt, came on and struck out Brendan Harity and Chris Akers to keep the game going for the Chippewas. The Broncos left them loaded. They did score 3 in the 7th inning. We go to the 8th. It's 12-3, Western Michigan on top. Broncos with 12 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. They've left 12 men on base. Central Michigan, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. They've stranded 3 runners. Ty McKinstry threw 97 pitches through 6 innings, struck out 5. Joe Shapiro came on and worked the 7th. Now out to work the 8th against Central Michigan. Murphy will lead it off. Top of the order for the Chippewas here in the 8th. The pitch. Over below, 1 ball, no strikes. Murphy 1 for 3 and a 2-run double in the 5th inning. Kicking the pitch. Swinging a foul. Back to the screen over the Central Michigan dugout. 1-1 on the sophomore left fielder from Manuka, Illinois. The 1-1 from Shapiro. Swung on and chopped foul down the third baseline. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Same 2 teams tomorrow and again on Sunday. Both games scheduled for a 1:05 first pitch. In this critical weekend series between rivals Western Michigan and Central Michigan, trying to battle for one of those final 2 MAC tournament playoff spots. There's a chopper that gets past Harity into left field for a base hit. Harity went deep in the hole to his right, but couldn't come up with it. Just past his outstretched glove on a dive. It's a leadoff single for Murphy. Aiden Wright steps in, the catcher. Singled in the first, lined out to center in the third, grounded out to short in the 5th. Shapiro tosses over to first base, runner gets back. Nobody throwing in the Bronco bullpen. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a line drive right at Harity. Guns it across to first, but the runner, Murphy, gets back with a head-first dive. Harity's got a gun from shortstop. But just getting back, sliding back in was Murphy after that line drive out to Harity. 1 down. Batter is Aaron Piasecki. Oh, quick toss. Almost got him leaning. Left-handed Shapiro to the lefty Piasecki, who squares the bunt. Bunts it foul at the plate. Come out and join us tomorrow for some Saturday afternoon baseball between these 2 rivals. For ticket information, visit WMUBroncos.com/tickets. Affordable Saturday afternoon. There's a line drive to right. Giving chase is Ostrander. Runs it down on a hop. Hustles it in. Down to third goes Murphy on a base hit to right by Piasecki. And the Chippewas have a little threat going. Runners at first and third with only 1 out here in the 8th inning, trailing 12-3. We might get a pinch hitter here. Nathan Ball is due up. It's a left-handed hitter. Chippewa coaching staff going to take a look and see what might work here with runners at first and third. They are going to pinch hit for the left-handed hitting Nathan Ball, who Struck out twice and lined out the 6th. Ball, the DH, will be lifted for the pinch hitter. Bryson Webb will bat. .511, 185, sophomore from De Pere, Wisconsin. Hitting .289, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. 22 hits this season. He swings and misses on a breaking pitch. 1 strike to count on Bryson Webb. Couple of home runs, 14 RBI, couple of doubles. Timeout called by the hitter, it seems. Corey Hinga indicating that. They restart the pitch clock. No balls and 1 strike. 1 out, runners at the corners. Broncos looking for a ground ball here. There's a pitch changing up was Joe Shapiro, and he caught the corner. 0-2 on Webb, the pinch hitter. 12-3, Western Michigan on top. Shapiro, quick toss to first. Piasecki gets back. Joe back on the slab. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Joe Shapiro strikes out the pinch hitter Webb. 2 outs, runners at the corners. And the batter will be Cole Kwiatkowski. Chippewa third baseman stands in. He's 0 for 3 today. Joe to the belt, the kick and the pitch. Inside, bounced it up there. Scooped up by Akers. 1 ball, no strikes. Kwiatkowski popped up to me at second base in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking in the 4th. Lined out to Maloney at third base in the 6th. The runner at first is going. Throw goes down. Throw back to the plate is not in time. In to score is Murphy, and down to third goes Piasecki. Broncos went ahead with a throw down to second base, trying to end the inning, but was not in time, and the relay back to the plate to get the runner breaking from third was not in time, and went back to the screen and allowed Piasecki to advance all the way to third. So a run in for the Chippewas. It's now 12-4 Western Michigan by 8 runs. And another run down there for the Chippewas at third base with 2 out. 2-0 the count on Kwiatkowski. Chopper foul down the third baseline. 2-1 now on Cole Kwiatkowski. Transfer from Finley. Swing and a miss. It scoots under the glove of Akers, goes all the way back to the screen, and allows the run from third to score. It's now 12-5. Broncos by 7 runs. That ball was in the dirt. It was swung on and missed by Kwiatkowski, and Akers could not come up with it. Be a pass ball. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a chopper foul. Broncos had a chance to end the game on a 10-run rule after 7. Had the bases loaded and only 1 out and could not score. That 10th differential run. Pitches outside from Joe to fill the count up at 3-2. Shapiro ready to go. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled down the berm and over the berm and into the woods. Here at Himes Field, where they've been playing baseball since the late 30s. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Inside, ball 4. Kwiatkowski draws a walk. That'll bring up fine young freshman shortstop for Central Michigan, Caden Smith. Son of a Chippewa. Fine looking freshman shortstop with 4 home runs. Beale City product. Beale City High School. Man, they're in the baseball playoffs all the time. Takes one in there for a strike at the letters. 1 strike on Caden Smith. 2 runs in here in the 8th inning for Central Michigan, but they trail 12-5. Set by Shapiro. The look to first, the pitch. Swung on and driven into the gap in left center field. Malley giving chase. He's there. He slides. He makes the catch. Another great catch in left center field by Tanner Malley, robbing Smith of a double and retiring the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Western Michigan 12, Central Michigan 5. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live. Well, you make a fine play in the outfield. You're normally the leadoff hitter the next inning, and that's indeed the case here. Tanner Malley making a second spectacular catch out in left center field. Leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Broncos lead it 12-5, and the first pitch is in there for a strike call to Tanner, who has a couple of doubles today. Hit by a pitch. Doubled in the first, was stranded at third base. Grounded out to second in the third. Doubled into in the third inning as he batted a second time. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th. And now lines a single into center field for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game. 2 doubles, a single, a run scored, 2 RBIs, and 2 fabulous catches in left center field by the Broncos sophomore center fielder Tanner Malley. He's on at first for Mike Maloney. Broncos lead it 12-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. Konashevsky back out there on the hill for the Chippewas. Ball 1 on Maloney as he took that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-hander loosening up for the Broncos. as Maloney slices one just foul down the first baseline. First base umpire Luke Hamilton had to high step away from that one, as Maloney let that one get really deep and smashed it foul down the first baseline. 1-1 to count on him, and a toss over to first. Malley's back easily. Maloney has a hit today, couple of runs scored. Has an RBI and a sac fly. 1-1 to count on him. Pitches outside, 2-1. Grounded out to short in the first. Was safe on an error in the third and scored. Then later in that third inning, had a sacrifice fly, driving in a run. Singled in the fifth, walked and scored in the seventh. 2-1 pitch. Over but low, 3-1 on Maloney. Broncos would need 3 runs this inning to win the game on the run rule. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Maloney draws a walk. And up steps Dylan Nevar. Nevar grounded out to second in the first, tripled and scored and drove in a run in the third. Popped up to short his second time up in that third inning. Had a fielder's choice RBI in the fifth, was hit by a pitch and scored in the seventh, and takes a strike called. 1 strike on Dylan Nevar, facing the lefty Quinn Konashevsky. Malley the runner at second, Maloney on at first. The 1 strike pitch outside. 1-1 on Nevar. The lefty for the Chippewas delivers. Swung on and driven sharply into right field for a base hit. Malley's rounding third, heading home. Another RBI for Dylan Nevar. His third RBI of the game for the all-time RBI leader in Western Michigan history. Singles sharply off the lefty Konashevsky. That'll bring up Avery Thielman with 2 runners aboard. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. 13-5 Western Michigan. Thielman working against Quinn Konashevsky for the first time today. Takes the first pitch for a strike at the ladders. 1 strike on Avery Thielman. Let's check his day so far. It's been productive. Struck out in the first, singled and run and scored in the third inning. Walked in the fourth and in the fifth inning. Singled in a run in the seventh and scored. And he's down in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-hit, 2-walk, 2-run, 2 RBI day for Avery Thielman. Here's the set by Konashevsky, the pitch. Swing and a bouncer through into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and holding is Maloney. Nevar advances to second. Thielman on at first. Bases are loaded. Still nobody out. And the batter is Cooper Hums. Cooper came on to pinch run for Lucas Rick. Coach Gernon wants a word with Cooper here. Broncos 2 runs away from ending this game. I'm sure Coach Gernon would like to save the bullpen even more. Broncos can end this game. Let's see what Cooper has in mind here. Maybe a safety squeeze. perhaps. Left-handed hitter Cooper Hums against the lefty. Swings and misses on a breaking ball. 1 strike on Cooper, hitting 148. He has 8 hits and 54 at-bats. Couple of doubles. The 1 strike pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Now Cooper will choke up a bit, digs back in. Try to put this ball in play. The 0-2 on the way. Way outside on a breaking ball. Aiden Wright been hopping around all day back there. Made a run-saving stab at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Cooper Hums is down on strikes. 1 down, and the batter is Grady Mee. Grady turns around and bats right-handed against the lefty, Konashevsky. He's been back and forth, right and left all day today. Still looking for his first hit, though. There's a chopper foul down the third baseline. Flew out to center in the second, walked and scored in the third. Fouled out to the third baseman in the fourth, lined out to the center fielder in the sixth, then walked in the seventh. Been on base a couple of times with walks. The pitch outside, 1-1 to Grady. He could end this one here with a base hit. Was set by Konashevsky. The pitch in the dirt. 2-1 on Grady. Broncos had a chance to end the game last inning on the run rule. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. 2-2. Big hole over there on the right side if he could shoot one that way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a chopper that is snabbed by the third baseman. He'll go to first and just in time to get Mee, but the run scores from third as Maloney crosses home plate to make it 14-5. Bases 2 and 3 are occupied now. And Connor Ostrander can end the game. 14-5, Western Michigan. That's the first out of the inning. Actually, the second out of the inning now. 2 outs. First pitch to Ostrander is a ball, 1-0. Ostrander's been on base all day. Singled in the second, walked with the bases loaded, and scored in the third. Singled in the fourth, walked with the bases loaded again to come up with an RBI in the seventh. Grounded out in the sixth inning. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. First base is open. The pitch, strike, breaking ball, caught the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike on Connor Ostrander. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Third baseman Kwiatkowski under it, makes the catch, and we'll go to the ninth. Broncos on top, 14-5. This is Western Michigan baseball on YouTube Live.
Hoover.
Junior right-hander Matt Hoover out of Buchanan, Michigan. Well, come on and try and finish this one out here in the 9th inning against the Chippewas. Matt pitched Tuesday in that win over Valpo. Got the win in relief. Broncos with 14 runs on 16 hits, 3 errors. They've left 14 runners on base. Central Michigan, 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. They've left 4 men on. Nine-run lead for the Broncos here as Hoover works in the 9th inning. First pitch is popped up foul and into the Bronco bullpen out of play. One strike. On Prout. Left-handed hitter against the righty Matt Hoover. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2 strikes, the count on Cole Prout. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Akers applies the tag on that pitch that bounced in there, and Prout is out, swinging, and that'll bring up the first baseman for the Chippewas, Brady Krzyzuk.
Now back to Chippewas, number 25, Brady Krzyzuk.
Krzyzuk 0 for 3 today. Swings and fouls one at the plate. 1 strike on him. He grounded out to short in the 2nd. Flew out to left in the 5th. Flew out to right in the 7th. 243 hitter. Left-handed hitting first baseman. There's the pitch to him. Swing and a foul. Hoover quickly ahead of the hitter. No balls and 2 strikes. Joey Wizzip will go tomorrow for the Broncos. TBA for Sunday. Coach Gernon. There's a pop-up foul down the left field line. That's going to go into the batting cages down left field line. Count stays 0-2 on the Clarkston, Michigan junior first baseman for Central Michigan, Brady Krzyzuk. We can get an update on those max scores. They're in the bottom of the 9th at Eastern Michigan. Northern Illinois holding on to a 12-9 lead over Eastern Michigan. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If Northern holds on and the Broncos close this one out, it'll be a 3-way tie for the 6th and final playoff spot with 8 games left in the regular season. Central, Eastern, and Western would all be tied in that 6th spot. There's a swing on a check swing and fouled over the Bronco dugout into the netting. Other scores in the MAC today. Akron defeated Ohio 8-6. Kent State on top of Ball State 20-8. Wind must be blowing out there in Muncie in that bandbox. They're in the top of the 7th. Don't even need a win to have a big day there. Pitch in the dirt is swung on and missed by Krzyzuk, and Akers applies the tag. 2 outs here in the 9th. Coming up later tonight, Bowling Green at Toledo. Keep an eye on that score. Broncos are only 2 back of Toledo going into play today. Rockets holding down the 5th spot, but they swept the Broncos, so it would hold any tiebreaker over Western Michigan. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, no strikes to the center fielder, Knowlton. Has a single and 3 at-bats today. Singled and scored in the 5th. The kick and the pitch from Hoover is lined into right field. Ostrander drifting back near the warning track. Reaches up, makes the catch, and the game is over. Western Michigan takes game 1 of this 3-game weekend series between arch rivals Western Michigan and Central Michigan. The 195th meeting. And guess what? These two teams are deadlocked over 195 games. It's now 97 wins, 97 losses, and a tie for the Broncos in Central Michigan. How about that? And the winner of this series will go a long way to try and claiming one of those 6 MAC tournament spots. Broncos with an 8-run 3rd inning go on to win it by a score of 14-5. The win goes to Ty McKinstry, who threw 97 pitches over his 6 innings with 5 strikeouts. That'll be his 3rd win of the year. The loss goes to the starter, Alejandro Espinoza. Broncos, 14 runs, 16 hits, 3 errors. They left 14 men on base. Central Michigan, 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 4 on base. McKinstry with the victory as the Broncos pick up win number 14 on the season. They go to 9-13 in conference play. And if that scored Eastern Michigan holds up with Northern Illinois on top of Eastern Michigan, the Broncos would be in a 3-way tie with Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan for the 6th spot in the Mid-American Conference standings. Game 2 of the series tomorrow. First pitch at 1:05. We'll have it for you right here on YouTube Live. I'm Robin Hook. Once again, the final score today, Western Michigan 14, Central Michigan 5. This is Western Michigan Baseball on YouTube Live. Have a great evening, everyone.